Hey everyone, this is Big Benedict. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope like me you've got a nice bottle of something good to drink for yourself. I've got some scotch on hand, and the drinking's good, as they say. So's the flying these days, even though it's snowing. Anyway, Batman Arkham Origins, Chapter 24. Firefly, we're trying to apprehend him. This is called Apprehending Firefly, but we're not going to be apprehending him in this chapter. So in the beginning of this video, you saw me go to that fly point and then go over to this area here, which is nearby Sheldon Park. And in this venue, I am going to take out a big enemy assortment, because right here we have a crime in progress. This dude right here, he's either calling for help or he's setting a trap for you. So right here, counter 5 times. Counter, and then you can do that and get yourself a nice iframes takedown. So this fight's really fun. We've got these swordsmiths here, these ninja women here, plus all these shield guys here. So make sure that you at least try to aim your iframes takedown towards the guys with the shields. Try to disarm these bitches here by doing that. And something funny, actually, I was looking on Amazon.com for Lords of Shadow 2, and some people were debating about it. Not Lords of Shadow 2, the Lords of Shadow collection that comes out next week, which I have no use for since I already bought Mirror of Fate HD, and I already I didn't purchase the demo for Lords of Shadow 2, but I picked it up. It's free. And I left a comment, just stating, trying to help people decide if they want the game or if they even need the game. Because if you already have Lords of Shadow, there's absolutely no point to get this collection called Lords of Shadow Collection. But anyway, the people on Amazon I've always found to be very bitchy. But this particular person responded to me today on Amazon. I got an email saying that I got a response from my own response from the thread of conversation that was going on in the Lords of Shadow collection. So you could actually go find this if you want to. Go find my comment. And this idiot, I don't know if it was a girl or a guy, his name was Casey or something, and he said, well, first of all, I had said that I liked Lords of Shadow because it's kind of like God of War, and if anyone else likes God of War, they might like that game. And the guy said, nah, I don't like God of War, it's boring. I'd be better off smoking my dope and watching Pan's Labyrinth or something. and I was going to respond to him. I'm like, I don't fucking care. Why are you even telling me that? Do whatever the hell you want to. But I thought it was pretty hilarious. Anyway, so we're programming some flight control. Then you want to head on down the bridge. And there are some thugs down here, but I killed them and had to restart the checkpoint. So we're looking for the door that's going to take us into the maintenance area under the bridge. And we have a pretty intensive stealth section coming up. These are pretty hard at first, but the more you do them, the less tricky they become. We're going to interact. Oh, damn it! I didn't trim that little loading time out. I'm sorry about that. Okay, we're in the maintenance room. You want to run down this catwalk here. Head on over to Gordon. There will be a little dialogue between he and you. You can skip it. So bust out your sequencer. And we're basically trying to locate the bombs that Firefly has rigged on this bridge. There is no time limit or anything like that. Just follow the program, hit the R1 button, go up the ladder, and there is a hidden item up here, and I'll show you how to get it. First of all, though, you want to take the grating off of here, and it's one of those Enigma's extortion packets. That's what it is. So I believe there's another ladder here, and you could either use the remote-controlled batarang, or you can hit the switch. No, I think you might have to use the remote-controlled batarang. It's from this venue right here. I'm pretty sure you could use that. Yeah, there we go. And if you'll notice, that cage up there raises, and then we're going to use the I'm waiting for it to say it, the glue grenade to stop these jets of steam that come out of here. They're not on a timer. Once you put the glue in there, they're stuck for good. And then right here you can latch on to the extortion data right there and collect it. And I'm really looking forward to going around and finding everything in this game. Maybe not every single thing, but most of the things. There's also another hidden item in this next room which I don't know how to get. So climb up on the ladder, and here is your checkpoint area. So every time you die, they start you right here, which is not too bad, I suppose. And in this next room, we have some guys with shotguns. Now, the guys with shotguns are the most deadly of any gun wielder, because the shotgun is just devastating. Now, some of the gargoyles have sensors on them, some don't. This one that I'm on doesn't.
I need to make one of these guards tell me how many.
And the one I'm going to fly over to doesn't either. So you could take your time on the ones that don't have the sensors. First of all, I like to fly down here, take this guy out. And normally the guy up on the catwalk over here, he will eventually come over to this location. You could do a ledge takedown, but I think I had either done the first kill too quickly, or this guy was doing something different in his pathing through this area. I have no idea what he was doing, just using his goggles or something there. But you can use the detective vision, although I don't know if you can use it right away. So also remember that when you're in these crates here, or excuse me, when you're in the ventilation shafts, if you hold the R2 button, you can go into first person view, and if you release it, then you're in this view here. So right here I could not go any further, so I was waiting for him to walk forward, but what actually happened was he turned around, so I'm going to jump out, do a nice takedown on him. Fortunately, these takedowns here, these stealth takedowns, I have the upgrade, so it goes a little bit faster, which is a blessing, because the biggest danger on these is getting exposed while you're doing those takedowns. So that's 1, 2, 3 guys killed. This one is another gargoyle without a sensor on it. This one... Okay, you know what happened over here? I went right back to where I started on this sensor-free grenade up here, but somehow these guys saw me. They're going to have a little conversation, and I used the disruptor. Now, that doesn't alert them, because clearly nothing's going on with them, but they may have looked up, see? Oh, they're showing the light. Showing a light up there, I guess. You remember the second guy that I killed? He was shining a light, so maybe they shine their lights up on the gargoyles. But anyway, this was a really tense situation here. I think I do the knockout smash on that guy. Nope, dropped a smoke pellet. You see, got the proximity mines in the jaws of these gargoyles. I know they're not really gargoyles, but whatever the hell they are, they're like fish. Something. So now I'm just swinging around like a maniac, trying to confuse the enemies as to where my location is, and almost got damaged right there from a proximity mine. And when I was doing this, I didn't really know that you could use the detective vision, because when I started doing this, like from the outset, the signal was jammed. So here's a perfect opportunity to take this guy down, but I did a knockdown smash for some reason, because I thought I was being pressured for time. Ooh, I took some more damage right there, dropped a smoke pellet. Now, once again, I'm just going to fly around, dive bomb into this area. I'm going to hop on into the ventilation shaft. 2 guys here. Do I risk it? Yeah, these were the last guys here, and I risked it. It's kind of bizarre things that happened here. I think I kind of pushed him off the ladder, but that's it. We have one. The last guy will have his hands up for you to interrogate, and then kind of an interesting thing you do afterwards. Right there, I actually thought that there was a glitch. I thought that it had killed the guy I was supposed to interrogate. I thought I would have to reload, but either listen to this or skip it by pressing the O button. And then what you have to do here, what I was saying a moment ago about this being interesting, you have to do 4 sequences with the sequencer, and it's on a timer, so it really makes you feel like there's urgency here, which there is since these are bombs. So the first one here, you get 21 seconds to get this, and it will vibrate just as quickly if you're on the wrong word as opposed to the right word. But just find a word that's applicable. I mean, look at the words we've got. We've got explosives, pyromaniac, or pyromancy, whatever it was. It's always going to be applicable to the situation. So if you're on like a half a word that doesn't make any sense, then it's not what you need. So that's that part, and now we're going to go on to the next section. Okay, we've got a couple of more bombs to defuse. So your next objective is to go over to this location, go into the elevator. And I may have sped this up, I'm not sure. What I did was, I did half the video yesterday and half of it today, and now I'm currently on the Firefly, I think that's what his name is, that particular boss fight in the next video. So if you're looking for that video, it's going to be coming up pretty soon. So at this device here, you want to charge it up, and also you can't charge your own battery off that. They don't let you do that. You know, if your super gloves are not charged up, they won't let you just charge up at those places. So we have a guy with a stun stick here, so they're giving us the button commands. So remember, for these guys, it's X, X, square. What happens then is that you jump over the guy with that double jump. The way they programmed it, XX means it's a priority system in place, strictly for stun guys with the stun batons and the shield guys. So whenever you're pressing XX, you're or it doesn't really matter if it's before or after the combo, because for the stun stick guys, it's XXO, or excuse me, XX square, as it was just shown on the screen there. But with the guys in the shields, it's circle XX. So you're whooping the cape around, and then you're jumping over them. So whenever you're double tapping the X, it does have that priority system in place.
The Joker put up the bounty, and now he's behind bars.
I heard, but I still got a score.
Oh, so this son of a bitch tries to hit you. There's some backstory behind that guy. There has to be, because there's a character profile unlocked after that part. Okay, this part here, it's your basic terrorist scenario. The blue people upstairs are hostages, and your job is to take these thugs down. And this is not too bad. It really is not. Sometimes though, when I'm doing this takedown in the vents, sometimes it makes a disruption. Other times it doesn't. See, like right there, it disrupted the whole situation, and that guy was alerted as a result of that. Other times it's fine. Maybe it has to do with the proximity of other enemies to your takedown of that particular enemy that you're going for. I'm not sure. I'm curious about it though, for certain. And as far as people wondering like how I go about these situations, I pretty much just react to it just like I would in a brawl in this game, you know? You just kind of go with the flow, see where the enemies are located, pick off the weaklings, and always just make sure you're safe. There's nothing worse than running into an enemy because you haven't staked out the lay of the land, so to speak, well enough. But I'm sure we've all found ourselves in a situation like that, where we thought we were safe, and then bam, shotgun to the back of the head. But here I'm going to use the remote claw to hook on to a couple of fire extinguishers, just to show you that you can actually do this if you want to. See, it'll line up right to the enemy, and it causes that chaos down there, similar to how those concussion grenades go off in this game, or the smoke pellets, I should say. So you're at an extreme advantage with your detective vision. This only works when you have the detective vision active. Oh, and I also forgot, I looked up, let me get my phone. God, there it is. I was going to say, where's my godforsaken phone? Here it is, right in front of me. I went on to Warner Brothers Montreal site, and PS3 patch 1.03 is live now. They posted this on November 4th, which is today, but I got my patch yesterday, so maybe they post-dated it. But anyway, this is what the patch does. It fixed, and it's going to be in the past tense, fixed instances of players being unable to continue save progress from the main menu after dying and restarting at certain scenarios. Users should be able to recover saved games stuck in this limbo state. Number 2, prevent user from entering an infinite falling state where dying or restarting in certain scenarios. Users should be able to recover from saved games stuck in this infinite falling state. Number 3, it fixed situations in which the elevator in the GCPD sewers could ascend without Batman. Oh, I think I had that problem too, but it wasn't a game-breaking glitch because I reloaded it. I fell right through the fucking elevator. I remember that. Next one, properly displays the save icon to better match the timing of when the console performs the save action. Okay, this is to guard against users turning off the console when the game is saving, apparently. And in rare cases, I think this is the last one. No, second to last. Oh, third to last, sorry. In rare cases, free flow focus mode was not being unlocked properly when completing Shadow Vigilante rank 3. This has now been resolved, and players who have been affected should now have the upgrade as intended. Next, it was possible to get a limbo state where the Black Mask drug stash side mission could not be completed properly if the user restarts at an awkward time during the final encounter. This has been corrected. Also fixed an issue where a completed crime scene would not show up in the crime scene completion percentage. So, aside from all those, I had another glitch right at the fight before the Firefly boss fight. I went there, and I started, and it was a batch of enemies. I walked up to them, tried to press square, tried to press triangle. Nothing. It wouldn't hit. I could not hit. And I went right up to the enemies to see if they would hit me. They wouldn't even hit me because they're waiting for me to attack or something. But God, I couldn't even fucking hit. I'm just thinking, Jesus. And here I have to restart again. But what kind of game has to have all these patches? It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. So you're gonna fall down right here, and this is pretty neat. I like this. You're just kind of climbing up this train that's falling underneath the bridge, and it is kind of hard to determine where you are going. I like in Lords of Shadow 2, the demo I played. It has, if you hold the L2 button while you're doing the travailing on platforms and you're scaling things, it has a little red dot. Red dots line the environment where you're supposed to go to. Yeah, unnecessary, maybe a little bit, but it sure as hell allays confusion, And also, you can turn off QTEs in that game too, so you don't have to have the two circles merge all the time, or at any time, I don't think. So we'll have to see, They're doing some really good things with QTEs. Some QTEs are fine though, and some of them, they make you really feel like you're a part of a finishing move and such like that. Because that's exactly what it was on the demo that I played. You would be doing that finishing move on the vampires, or not? They weren't. There's no vampires in the demo, but they're just soldiers, holy soldiers or something. and it just goes to the next screen, and in that next screen it would have the two circles merging. I'm sure a lot of people don't know what I'm talking about, but anybody who's played Lords of Shadow knows what I'm talking about. You know, the finishing move with the two circles coming together, that's not on the screen. So if you're taking the QuickTime events out, but you're also taking your interaction out of the equation. So just depends what you like. I know I don't really like doing the circles either. Maybe we'll all like not having these QTEs. But a lot of options. I love options, and I don't know what that trophy is right there. What I hate seeing, I don't mind seeing trophies or achievements pop up in video game guides and walkthroughs. But I think it's like the most unprofessional thing when I'm watching somebody, and like all his or her friends are coming online, sending him or her messages. That's just total trash. And the reason you never see that on mine is because I don't have friends by choice. I don't have virtual friends that I play games with because, as I said before, I don't play multiplayer. I don't ever want to play multiplayer. And you'd have to pay me to play multiplayer. You'd have to pay me pretty goddamn well, too. But, where was I going with that? I lost my train of thought. Oh, another thing, you can enter this room via the grating. See the grating there? You might kind of think it's pointless, but you can enter. When you enter the door, there's a choice for you to go into the grating, but that's only going to get you one kill, and it's kind of pointless. And somebody asked me today, give me your brutal opinion of this game. I said, okay, my brutal opinion of this game is I fucking love it. It's a fantastic game. You know, it's got some bugs. They're patching them, but it's an unrivaled experience. You know, I would love a Batman game every year. I just really love these games. They're so fun. They're bottom line fun, entertaining, immersive. You know, and they even go so far as to have, you know, really good stories to them, and it just gets kind of a compulsive thing. And I have no interest in getting trophies or anything like that. Combustion. So you have to do another one of these, 3 of them, and you get fewer seconds per solution, which isn't too hard anyway. I don't think there's any erroneous codes that you could lock onto anyway. And I have the brightness pretty high in this game because I'm just one of those people where I want to see stuff. When my vision's getting obscured by darkness in the game, I get pissed off. Really mad. Oh, there was some game that I was playing recently, and it was so fucking dark. What was it? Oh, man, I can't remember what it was. Oh, it was Silent Hill Homecoming. I thought I would play something scary for Halloween, and oh, fuck, that game is such dog trash. Never play that game. Like, every door is locked. Oh, yeah, I also had another glitch over here where I fell right into the concrete environment, and I couldn't get out unless... See this little... It's not going to appear on screen, but I fell right... Yeah, see that edit? That's because I fell twice. Inside this concrete slab over here, where it should have been solid. See, right there, that's where it was. On top of that, I got another glitch right before the Firefly boss fight, like I mentioned, where I couldn't even hit. Jesus. It's like, it's going to be a miracle if a game ever comes out someday that you don't need a patch for. And that's just sloppy and lazy. And embarrassing for the people that make the game. I can only imagine how embarrassed they are. This section, though, you're going to get a checkpoint right here. And this is a kind of a hard section, but you could really manipulate it well. What I like to do is do a corner takedown on this first thug. I set the controller down and went to the bathroom, and this thug walked all the way to this checkpoint area. He walked all the way down the hall and around the corner where you start out. So this guy will definitely follow you down there. You could take him out with a vent takedown, but I had people getting alerted. I just don't understand how a vent takedown in an adjacent hallway where there's no way that they can see you causes alarm, but like this doesn't sound any alarms? Like this? He even screamed. The guy screamed as he came down. And I don't, you know. Okay, what I like to do here is you could probably be safer if you use the disruptor before this. The disruptor doesn't last for very long, but throwing glue pellets at these guys is really cool. I think they do get out of the glue at some point, and this went better the first time. This was my second time doing this exact strategy. I mean, there's a hell of a lot of things you can do in this game, and this is only one of them. So just toss the glue pellets at these guys. You've got the advantage because you've got detective vision. Now that guy that was orange, he turned to blue because he lost his gun. That's why that happened. And I almost died here, and it does look a little sloppy. But I succeeded. And, you know, it wasn't a huge catastrophe. Or catastrophe. I was listening to an Ingmar Bergman interview a long time ago, and he was saying catastrophe. Well, at least he knew our language. It doesn't matter. There we go. Step on this guy. Wish you could curb stomp enemies in this game. That would be really cool. Curb stomp that bitch. Okay, so Alfred's going to open this door up. The Commissioner, Gordon, he doesn't really like you. This is an origin story, so their friendship's going to have to thaw out a little bit. Or the coldness between them. So hit the switch right here, charge it up, slam it home. And then we're going to be doing a really cool side-scrolling part. I always appreciate that in games that are three-dimensional. These homages to side-scrolling. But actually, I had a glitch over here too. When I jumped from this point right here to this point, and then I couldn't move for like 10 seconds. It was just so much stuff happening in this game wrong. But anyway, it's going to have you hook on these walls up here, and then you're going to do a flying jump. Preferably do that kick on a guy with a shield, so you can take him out with a fine ground takedown. Oh, another, not a glitch, but at some point Batman was just hitting the shit out of the truck for no reason. As though there were maybe an enemy was beside it or something. And I'm not going to use the shock gloves unless I'm really trying to push a checkpoint or something like that. I think it's right over here. Yeah, what the fuck is he doing? Hitting the side of the truck in the fire, and I'm getting damaged. Great game, man. This game needed another month of quality testing. I think a lot of people would agree with that. Or whatever. A few weeks, like 2 weeks for quality testing. Because no one should be smashing a truck while you're standing in the fire. You know, nobody should be perpetually falling in a state of limbo. Okay. So anytime you see those little messages, that just means I'm screwing up quite a lot, and the game's trying to tell me something that I already know. Ooh, broke the stun stick. Stabbed him with it or something. That was cool. So this isn't too tough of a fight. I mean, we've had some pretty bulky guys. We had a guy with a stun stick. We had a shield enemy. But whenever possible, use your iframes takedown to take out those harder enemies. Or you can just activate the shock gloves and win the fight, because it stuns everybody, and then you could do ground takedowns and then hit them as they're coming up to build a combo that you could build iframes off of. Okay, so next video is the boss.